Welcome everyone to a brand new webinar with Avanté Medical Aesthetics. We are here to announce our brand new treatment, UltraClear. This is our virtual launch event with the one and only Mary Hudson. If you have any interest in laser treatments or in rejuvenation, we are going to explain what this laser is all about, what it can be used for, and why you might consider it over other treatments, and why we're so excited for this new device. We do also have a promotion and a special, we have a promotion at the end as well. So make sure you stay tuned until the end of the webinar and I'll explain how that works. Before we get started, let me introduce you to our wonderful speaker. I am pleased to introduce Mary Hudson, who is the founder and primary injector at Avanté Medical Aesthetics. Mary has over 18 years of experience in the medical field with specialized expertise in dermatology, plastic surgery, and aesthetic medicine. She is dedicated to helping patients enhance their natural beauty while preserving their unique features. Without further ado, Mary, the floor is yours.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for taking the time to spend with us tonight and learn more about the UltraClear Laser. We'll get started.
The first of its kind, cold ablative fiber laser solution. The first device to give new life to all skin types. Finally, a way to treat every single patient. UltraClear, the first safe solution for sensitive skin, especially skin of color. Optimized to individual needs, balancing cold and thermal energy at the optimal wavelength. Ablative resurfacing and 3D collagen remodeling in one pass, delivering each pulse to the exact depth with precise timing, minimizing risk and pain, allowing faster healing with optimal results, keeping patients safe from discomfort and side effects, something they can count on every time, no matter what. Letting them get back to their day quickly and making sure they feel amazing when they leave. Be the first and move your practice forward. UltraClear, the clear choice to reverse the signs of aging for all skin types.
All right, well, I'm sure all you guys are wondering if you are a candidate for UltraClear. Well, I can confidently say that every skin type is a candidate for this device. Any type of concern, every pigmentation, every wrinkle, any type of skin is great for this device. And the best thing about it is that it is safe for everyone. It's one of the first lasers to actually be safe for all skin types. You can do the lower settings, just sort of like a chemical peel type result, all the way to deep settings, which are more like I won't say exactly like surgery, but pretty close as far as tightening goes. So this one explains about like the comfort. That's what's nice about the UltraClear is that the downtime is nothing compared to most lasers. I know CO2 is usually what most people like to compare everything to. And that's what's wonderful about UltraClear is that it's taking the place of CO2 without the pain, discomfort, downtime. Usually with CO2, you have to be sedated. There's no sedation whatsoever. It's on the deeper settings, it's just a numbing cream at most. On the lower settings, there's nothing at all needed. It's very quick. The downtime is very little, very minimal time for everything. Again, like I said, every skin type is safe to use for this one. There's no restrictions whatsoever. So whatever skin type you have, this will work for you for every condition. So the 3 levels of treatment that we're going to focus on are the most common ones that are used, the 3D Miracle, the UltraClear, and laser coring. The 3 Miracle is going to be at the surface. So that's where you're going to see like your pigmentation areas, the minor little tiny wrinkles, things like that, nothing really deep. And the UltraClear setting and the laser coring, these are going to be on the deeper settings. So this is where you're going to build collagen with these bottom 2. The 3D Miracle is not going to build collagen. It's just going to be more like a chemical peel type result where you get rid of pigmentation. Here it explains a little bit more in depth about the 3D Miracle being the superficial option. This is going to give you your skin a healthy glow. It's going to help with your texture and tone and get rid of the pigmentation and sun damage. Again, there's minimal downtime. I would say no downtime, honestly. None of my patients have had downtime with this one. They're pink when they leave the office and they're fine the next day. There's not even any peeling, so it's like a chemical peel without the peeling. It's safe for all skin types. The moderate levels are going to be the clear and ultra clear settings, and that's the most common one that people get. At those settings, you're going to be building collagen, so it is a little bit deeper, but again, you're going to get all the same benefits from the superficial treatment, the 3D Miracle, plus you're also going to treat fine lines, deep wrinkles, acne scars, things like that. The downtime for that is still not bad. I've had people with 2 days of downtime, 3 days, 2 to 3 days is the most common. I haven't had anyone with 5 yet, even though it shows 5 on here. I haven't seen that myself. The advanced, however, the deeper settings, you will have a little bit more downtime, but again, you're getting almost a surgical result for this. You can see in this picture the difference in her cheek. But so if you're thinking about 5 days of downtime for the deepest setting, that's still nothing compared to most other lasers, which you have to go through a lot of pain, at least a couple weeks of downtime. So 5 days of downtime is really nothing. I haven't seen anyone go out to 10 days of downtime, even with the laser coring setting, which is the deepest setting. So that's what makes this such a great treatment for everyone. This slide just explains how lasers came about. This laser was invented, well, this type of technology was invented in 2007. Aclaro was founded in 18 and then came out with this. It was FDA cleared in 2021, launched it in 22. And so you can see how new this is to all these devices that we've had for all of these years. If you look at CO2 lasers back in the early 90s, and we're still using CO2 to this day, but people don't really understand that there are much better, newer technologies out there that you don't have to go through all the downtime, pain, and suffering. So this is a much better treatment with great results similar to CO2. All right, so we'll see here in this video. This patient is going to be getting her treatment. So you pick the level, put on the eye shields. You can see how she's just laying there, relaxed. And this is what it looks like as you're doing it. So typically no blood. There's a evacuator there for the smoke, but nothing crazy. But this is what it would look like on your skin. And it's pretty quick. So most treatments, the deeper treatments take about, 30 minutes at the most. And if you're just doing face, if you're doing the 3D Miracle, it's going to be about 15, 20 minutes max. So this patient here is actually my husband, but I wanted to explain to you guys how the differences between not having exosomes and using exosomes. So the first picture, you can see that I did an ultra setting on him, and we did no exosomes the first time. And I did a 300 nanometer setting. I know that setting doesn't matter to you, but the point is that I went deeper on the second treatment and used exosomes, and his post day 1, it looks better than the first one, the first treatment. You can see on the first treatment, he's almost purple. He's so red and he's very swollen. You can see his picture immediately post-treatment, second treatment, and then 1 day, it was the next morning after the treatment. And then 3 days, he was completely healed. I know he still looks a little pink, but he has rosacea. That's just his baseline. But the exosomes really made a huge difference in his recovery time. Even just immediately after the treatment, the heat sensation that he had on his skin was reduced by about half, and he left feeling comfortable. All right, here we go, some pictures, which is what I'm sure you guys all want to see. So right here, this is for the 3D Miracle. Again, this is the most superficial treatment. You can see the pigmentation in her cheek on the left side is much more significant than on the right. And this is only 1 treatment, and this is 4 weeks after 1 treatment. So again, very quick turnover time. Another patient, 1 month after 1 treatment. Her skin is much lighter on the right side compared to the left. Another 1 month treatment, post 1 treatment. Very significant change for her, both red and brown. Same thing, The browns are so much better on the right. This person has really bad sun damage. So her neck is, I mean, you can tell the leathery skin on her neck. So you can, the difference is crazy, in my opinion, for this person. She has leather skin on one side and much smoother skin on the other, as well as the pigmentation is almost gone. So again, just little as one treatment makes a huge difference with this device. And like I said, every skin type. So we got the darkest skin type here, and you can see in her forehead on the left side how dark it is on that corner right there, right above her eyebrow. Compare that to the right side, it's significantly lighter. Now, yes, she had 3 treatments, but because of her dark pigmentation, and this is the lightest setting, it does take a few treatments with this dark of a pigmentation on this dark of a skin type, especially with this light of a setting. But this is a huge difference for someone like her. Asian skin is also another type that's typically more difficult to treat for scarring and pigmentation. But you can see here just 5 days after her first treatment, what a difference her skin has made. In her forehead, her cheek, the reds and the browns look very, I mean, they're almost resolved. This dark brown spot, so you can see there's 3 different treatments, or two treatments here. So there's a before, 6 week after, and a 4 month after, 2 treatments. But just after 2 treatments, that pigmentation is significantly lightened. After the first one, it's about half, a little over half. And then after the second treatment, it's almost gone. This photo showing after just 2 treatments, but the significant part here is if anyone's ever had melasma and you use, hydroquinone creams or even some lasers, it typically comes back. And that's what everyone's main complaint is that if they stop their treatment, their brown spots come back. Well, you can see here that she's 10 months out after doing only 2 treatments, and her skin looks a lot better. So not only did it treat and get rid of it, most of it, if she would have kept going, I'm sure this all would have been gone, but she only did 2 treatments. But the most important part is that it stayed gone. And that's what we really want to focus on for melasma, because that is the hardest part about melasma. And the nice thing here, you don't have to use hydroquinone, because hydroquinone, once you get on that, it's really hard to get off. Again, same kind of thing, 10 months after 2 treatments. Hands, a lot of people don't think about their hands looking older, but it happens. All of a sudden we see driving. You can see here 3 months or 5 months after the 3rd treatment, the hand is significantly, the brown spots, the sunspots are significantly lighter. You can only see a couple of them now, whereas before you could really see them everywhere. So it is safe for even the thinnest skin on your hands. Now we're going to go into the moderate settings. This is a patient of mine. This was 1 treatment that she had. We did the ultra setting, and this is only 14 days after her 1 treatment. So at 14 days, you're not producing collagen. So the fact that she saw such a significant change in the wrinkles around her smile line area was very significant for me, because I didn't expect this to be such a big change after just 2 weeks. 6 weeks, yeah, collagen's building, you expect that. But at 2 weeks, I just really was shocked on how well the wrinkles looked on her face. And you can definitely see how her skin is lighter in the second picture. She does not have any makeup on. I thought she had makeup on when she came in, but she did not. So huge difference again in her sunspots, the whole overall color of her skin, and then of course her wrinkles. Just on the ultra setting, which is the moderate setting, it's not a deep setting, she was healed in 3 days, I think she said. And she just had some mild redness. It wasn't anything significant. This is just letting you know that you guys can do it around your eyes. It's safe to do around the eyelids, upper and lower eyelids. You can see here that the wrinkles aren't as deep in the after photo. Again, it's only 5 weeks after, so typically, collagen's just starting to be built. So the fact that you don't see those deeper lines on that lateral aspect of the eye is really significant. Also treats scars. So here we have 1 month post 1 treatment, and then 2 months post 2 treatments. So 4 months total, but you can see how the scar has improved at least 50% with each time. Here's a person with pretty significant pigmentation all over her face. and she's also older, so her skin has a lot of laxity. So you can see her, of course, we can all see her pigmentation's better, but if you look at her jowl on the left side, it is much heavier than on the right. So you can see how it tightened her skin. That wrinkle, that marionette that comes down from the corner of your mouth down to your jawline, that wrinkle on her left is much bigger and deeper than on the right. And this is only 2 months after one treatment. This gentleman is 4 weeks after one treatment, and look at how good his eyes look. Wrinkles are tighter, or skin is tighter, wrinkles aren't as deep. 1 week after one treatment. So again, everyone's thinking about, downtime. You can see here that at just a week, she's completely healed over, and her skin looks so much better. It doesn't have the red marks that it had and the brown marks. It looks like she had acne scars on her chin, around her nose. So it looks a lot better at just 1 week. 1 month after one treatment, look at the texture on her skin, her cheek. It's very smooth on the right compared to the left, as well as the pigmentation is really reduced. This patient had some, looks like old acne scars along with pigmentation. She's 20 days in after one treatment, and I mean, really big improvement on there, about 35% improvement of her scars. And you could tell she's a little bit older, so her body's not producing collagen, as if she were like 25 or 30. But you can see how the skin is much tighter on the right side, especially down in the marionette jowl area, the same as that other one before, how heavy it is on the left side. And on the right, it's really, that line does not go down to her jawline anymore. And the skin just looks much healthier. Next, we all want a tight neck. Before and after 1 month, post 3 treatments. So this is a difficult neck. You can see how loose it is. This is, most of the time this would be a surgical procedure, honestly, to get, the results that most people would want. So the fact that she was able to do this without surgery and get these kinds of results is pretty impressive. Another Asian with some acne scars and pigmentation. So 1 month after one treatment. This is a great one. I love this one. You can see the progression here, 4 days after the first treatment and 7 days after 2 treatments. What a difference between the before and the after. Looks like she gained 20 years of her life right there, just in her face. It's impressive. 5 weeks after one treatment, look at that pigmentation change. Love this jowl. Really heavy jowl on the left side. Her neck is also very heavy. On the right side, after just one treatment, again, at 6 weeks is when your collagen is really starting to produce. And look how tight it is. So imagine giving her another 6 weeks after this, how much tighter it would be, because your collagen just keeps building. But there's more volume in her cheek. Her skin is lifted and tightened. Pigmentation. This lady, I mean, first thing I look at is pigmentation when I see her. So the fact that, it's almost all the way gone on the right side is really impressive. And again, just very few days of downtime with each treatment. Laser coring. Now this is going to be the deepest setting. So this is, not necessarily for everyone. I would like to get it done, but you will have to have a little bit more downtime for this. But my patients have only been seeing 5 to 7 days of downtime for this. And when I say downtime, I'm not talking about typical lasers where you're having to like grease up your face and just be totally gooped up with Vaseline every day, completely miserable. It's not like that. It's like a sunburn for this device. So it's nothing like I've ever seen before. This kind of gives you an idea of what the laser coring does. It actually does make little holes like an apple. Like if you're coring an apple, it's taking out that center, it's taking out that skin right there. And what that does is it allows, when your skin heals, all those holes close up. And so that's how your skin tightens up, is when all those holes close, everything tightens and smooths out. So this shows you the healing process of how that happens. So when those holes close, it smooths out and tightens the skin. And again, that's the perfect place, the neck, jowls, As we're aging, around our eyes, nasolabial folds, smile lines, those are all areas that we tend to have the worst of those. This is a patient of mine who did the laser coring. We did one session. So this is a 2-week follow-up from one session of laser coring. And you can see how her skin is draping on the left side, and it's got this puckering on the left compared to the right. Again, like I said, 2 weeks is not, collagen's not building very much yet. So the fact that this is only 2 weeks in to her treatment was just really, really impressive. The lines around her eyes are only going to get better. Her skin's only going to get better with time. This patient here had not only loose skin, but also heavy pigmentation. You can see here the significant improvement with just that one treatment. Like I said, how collagen takes a while to build. So this is 5 months after one treatment. You can see how much tighter the neck is and jowls. If you were to measure this jowl out right here on the left side, I mean, this is a huge improvement. It looks about at least 2 centimeters smaller, and 2 centimeters on the face is a lot. Her neck is so much tighter. The skin is completely different. The skin is so much healthier on the right side compared to the left. It's not just like we're just looking at pigmentation and that's it. We're looking at the health of the skin too. The texture is very different after this laser treatment. Same thing with this patient. Look at those wrinkles on the left and compared to the right. And this is only 6 weeks after one treatment. It's just really impressive. Same around the mouth. I mean, you would never, obviously a smoker, most likely at least, one treatment, 6 weeks in. Same patient, different view. The cheek is really impressive. 1 month after one treatment around the eyes, you can see the hollowness and the skin laxity, how loose her skin is underneath her eyes on the left side. On the right, it's completely tight. You would think that she had had a lower bleph done to tighten that skin. It is completely smooth on the left side, or on the right side, I'm sorry, compared to the left. This is something that CO2 was the only thing that really worked for this. So when you got if you did your eyelids, let's say if you had surgery on your eyelids, typically they tell you, oh, we want you to do CO2. And this is the reason why, because if you do your upper eyelids, you definitely want your lower eyelids to have some kind of a treatment so they match. But CO2 is very painful and a lot of times leaves you looking like a raccoon with the white circles around your eyes. That doesn't happen with this. It doesn't mess with your pigmentation in that manner. But you can see how smooth her skin looks in that right picture. Okay.
All right. Awesome. That was absolutely fantastic. Those results are absolutely amazing. And for everybody attending today, we do have a couple amazing promos available. So the first promo, it's a 3D Miracle promo. So that was the first set of before and afters that we watched, where it's going to be the most superficial top layer of your skin. If you buy 3 sessions, you will go ahead and get one for free. And then our second one, the laser coring before and afters that were absolutely amazing. If you purchase 3 Ultra Mode sessions, we'll do a free laser coring session on your jaws and jowline. That way you're getting the total rejuvenation and a little bit extra on that jowline where a lot of people have some more issues. The packages must be purchased by the 10th of this month. So I will go ahead and pop the instructions in the chat. If you guys want to give us a quick text message, we will respond to you either tonight or first thing in the morning when we open back up, and we'll go ahead and get you scheduled for your treatment, and you'll be eligible for this promotion. All right, so now what we can do is go ahead and start with some question and answers. Thanks everybody for popping your questions in already. As we get going, if anybody has any questions, please remember, just pop them right in the chat here. Okay, so first question that is coming in. Do you recommend exosomes for all modalities or just for laser coring?
It's going to make you heal faster. So I don't necessarily think you need them for, let's say, the lowest setting, like the 3D Miracle, since there's not really any downtime with that one at all. But for all the other ones, it's going to heal you so much faster, and not only heal you faster, but it's also going to, if you think about what exosomes are, and if you don't know what those are, they come from stem cells. So the ones that I get are actually from the umbilical cord. So if you think about what an umbilical cord does, it makes a human being. So is using those stem cells to make another human, and we're going to put those on your face. So imagine the improvement that you're going to see with your texture, your tone. It's going to tighten. When I did my face, it really tightened my skin, and my pores were tighter. My wrinkles underneath my eyes were gone. So it wasn't just for the healing aspect. It's also for, building collagen, getting rid of your wrinkles, things like that. So exosomes are always going to be beneficial, but I wouldn't waste, I don't want to say waste your money, but I wouldn't necessarily do it with just a 3D Miracle. I think that you should be doing it with something that's like the ultra setting or higher. That way we're penetrating your skin with something deeper. We're resurfacing your skin, and then it gives those exosomes a place to actually go a little bit easier. It's better use of your money, and you'll see greater results that way.
Awesome, perfect. Speaking of the ultra treatments, how much time do you recommend in between each one?
You could do them as little as 4 weeks apart from each other. Like I said, people usually heal within 2 to 3 days. So if you want to do a series of them, 4 to 6 weeks is all you need.
Awesome. Let's see, are there any patient financing options available?
Yes, we offer Cherry financing, Care Credit, and Patient Buy.
Awesome. Let's see, another one coming in here. Is it they're only special with 3D Miracle with coring, or do you also have one with Ultra also? I think what you're asking about is the promos. So right now we're doing 3 Ultra mode sessions. You'll get a free free laser coring on your jowl line. If you're interested in another kind of combo, maybe we can, if you want to text us, we might be able to put something together for you. I think that might answer your question. If that didn't, definitely just let me know. But either way, text us and we'll give you a call and we can kind of chat about some options.
Typically, you don't do 3D Miracle with laser coring, though. Those are like very different things. Usually, that's why the laser coring is paired with the ultra setting, because the ultra setting is where you start. It's one of the settings that starts to build collagen. Whereas the 3D Miracle one is not building collagen, that's only treating pigmentation. And it's a very low setting. Like I said, it's like a chemical peel type of result. So it just wouldn't make sense to pair laser coring with that treatment necessarily. You definitely want to do one that builds collagen.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. What does the aftercare treatment look like?
So aftercare, again, depends on what setting you do. If you're just doing the 3D Miracle, there's really not much to it. It's, like I said, it's like a chemical peel. So you can use your skincare products, everything pretty much normal again. If you're doing the collagen building settings like Ultra or deeper, I'm going to send you home with a kit and with a lot of instructions. Well, not a lot, but instructions on what to do, what not to do. Everyone's different. It all depends on your pain threshold. But for the most part, people don't even use all the products that I send them home with. They might use it for the first night, but that's really it. It's just applying stuff to your skin to help it heal. But there's nothing crazy. It's nothing more than what you're already doing at home with your skincare. I actually have you stop some of those things and just do gentle things just for a few days until you do heal. But it's really simple. There's nothing significant, honestly.
Awesome. How long do I have to stay out of the sun after treatment?
Well, now that it's laser season right now, so it's the best time to do laser at this point because the sun is not harsh like it usually is in the summer and spring and summer here. So it's not like you have to stay indoors like a hermit for 2 weeks, but I just don't want you laying out in the sun, tanning or going to the beach or gardening all day, for the next couple 10 to 14 days after the laser treatment. But you don't have to just sit indoors. You can go outside and do things, go grocery shopping, whatever.
Awesome. And let's see, another one popping in here. Can I do UltraClear if I've had a facelift?
Yes, absolutely. It's actually recommended because a lot of patients think that just because they get a facelift, they don't need to worry about their skin anymore. And that's not the case. Facelifts do not make your skin healthier. They're just getting rid of excess skin. That's all it's cutting, is cutting off the loose skin. That's all a facelift does. So you definitely want to do things that build collagen and make your skin stronger, healthier, smoother, all of those things. So laser, especially this treatment is perfect for that. Of course, you want to wait at least 6 weeks after your surgery, but after that, it's fine.
Awesome. Okay, I think we have time for one more question. How does this compare to CO2?
Like I discussed a little bit in the presentation, CO2, your pain, the amount of pain you're going to have during the treatment. Usually you have to be sedated to even get the treatment done. The downtime is about 3 to 4 weeks for most people. I don't know about you, but I don't have 3 to 4 weeks of downtime to even take off work. And I'm talking, you have to take off work. You can't just like be a little bit red. You look like a burn victim with CO2 laser. So you are never going to reach those types of levels with this device. That's what makes it so extraordinary for people, because most people will come in on a Friday, do it, and they're back to work on Monday. So they're very different as far as the healing aspect. But if you look at when CO2 was created, again, in the 90s, we've come a long way in this amount of time. So of course the technology has come with it, but the fact that people are still doing CO2, maybe because they just don't know any better, but you're going to get the similar results with this device than you would CO2, but without all that pain, downtime, and also cost. It's very expensive to do CO2.
Awesome. Fantastic. I think that looks like all of the questions that are in the Q&A now. So we'll go ahead and wrap up. Thank you so much, Mary. Thank you, everybody, for attending. Oh, I did just get one additional question about cost. What is the cost of a session?
It depends which one. So the 3D Miracle starts at $650. If you want, and then the Ultra is $1,200. And if you want to do the laser coring, that's usually $3,500. Those are all like regular prices. So there's also package pricing that we do at the office.
Awesome. Fantastic. If there aren't any more questions, we'll go ahead and wrap up. Again, thank you, Mary, so much. That was a fantastic presentation. I can't wait to get my treatment done. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We will be in touch with the recording once it's ready, and hope to see you all in the practice soon.
Thanks, everyone. I appreciate you coming.